Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, I wouldn't be able to share this rant. We had Dak Prescott's press conference as well as Jerry Jones, and let's go ahead and go to that clip right now, and then we'll talk about it in a minute. And I think we got to take a hard look at some things, but let's look at the clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
We're not going to lose confidence. This offense, this team, we're not going to do that, and that's for sure. 2-2, a lot of football left. We feel like we're getting better. I mean, even in a loss, we're going to find a way and use it to get better. Moving forward, we've got a good team coming here next week, so it's not a lot of time to lack on this one and sit around and figure out what we got to do. We just got to get better and get ready for next week.
In my time in the NFL, I've never actually had, and I don't want to take away from anybody at Denver, but I've never heard a buzz around the league when Denver won the Super Bowl, a coach get as much credit for having won it as Wade Phillips got. And Wade Phillips was a difference out here today, and he did an outstanding job. And so I just think we're playing good defenses. Now, is that enough? Of course not. We're sick. Really are sick that we lost.
Yeah, so the thing I want you to take away from Jerry Jones' statement is how much he praised Wade Phillips and how much he talked about the reason they won was Wade Phillips. I believe in Jerry's mind, it's finally hitting him that maybe Jason Garrett isn't the guy, because the guy he fired has done great things on defenses in other places and has won a Super Bowl with another team. And in fact, has now come in and bitch slapped him and his team with a team that's supposed to be inferior. Here's the thing. I've never been a big Jason Garrett fan. Most of you guys know that. But I said I support Jason Garrett because he's our head coach and there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is hope that Jason Garrett is the guy and can lead us to a Super Bowl this year, and I still have those hopes. But I have doubts, and as I always have, that he's the guy. I know a lot of people will say, but he was coach of the year. But in my mind, I still can't say we won this because of Jason Garrett. I can't point to a game and said, that's Jason Garrett right there. That's why we won that game. And sometimes in football, you have to make a change because a team will get to be monotonous. And I think we've gotten to the point where we've become predictable. People have learned how to stop us because we've been doing the same thing for so long. I don't think it's a lack of having players, because when you've had as many Pro Bowl players as we've had, guys that have exceeded, when you have a Rookie of the Year, when you have the running back ground leader on your team, the best offensive line, home field advantage, and you can't beat a beat-up team in the playoffs, to me that goes back to coaching. And it seems like Jason Garrett is always untouchable. And I know guys say you don't want to make a change, but I sit here and look around what's going on right now today in the NFL. The Rams were 4-12 last year. They came to our house, bitch slapped us with a Sean McVay, a guy who's only 33 years old, who truly has turned that team around, because Jared Goff had bust written all over him. He couldn't complete a pass to save his life, and now he looks like one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Jeff Fisher was a stable guy. You know, he had taken Tennessee to a Super Bowl and came within a yard of winning it, but couldn't coach worth a damn with the Rams. Yet they bring in a young guy, a new blood, a different direction, and all of a sudden they've turned it around. Now, I know we're only 4 games in, but they've been scoring like crazy. They've scored 40 points a couple times already this season. We're talking about the same Rams from last year. You look at the Buffalo Bills with Sean McDermott, and maybe it's just the Seans. Maybe we just need to hire a Sean coach. But Sean McDermott has the Buffalo Bills 3-1. And they fired the veteran coach, the guy who had been to NFC championships, Rex Ryan. His brother was fired too before that by his brother. And they are now leading the AFC East 3-1. First-year coaches. Now, I know you guys will say, well, those guys were just basement teams and all that. But see, there is precedent out there because John Fox had gotten the Denver Broncos to a Super Bowl. But they decided that, you know what, this isn't the guy. And they made a change right then and there. And they go to the Super Bowl and win it. The Atlanta Falcons, after having success, being a playoff team year after year with Mike Smith, decided, you know what? We need to go ahead and win with the guys we have now before they get old, before free agency takes them. We need to go in a different direction and shake shit up. And they hired Dan Quinn. And in his second year, he goes to the Super Bowl. Yet, our Dallas Cowboys have had Jason Garrett here forever, because he was hired as the offensive coordinator under Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips that left and went to several different teams and won a Super Bowl, and now came back and bitch slapped us. We've had two teams that have been the number one seed in the NFC and only won one playoff game. We've had great players that have come through. And we have a core of great guys right now. You've got a quarterback that's not making jack crap, which means you have money to spend elsewhere. You've got a great offensive line, but Tyron Smith has back issues. You don't know how much longer he's going to go. Des Bryant, he doesn't have that many more years left as well because his body's going to break down. How long are we going to continue to waste these guys? Because every year I keep hearing, oh, give him one more year, give him one more year, give him one more year. So many coaches are doing so much more with so much less than the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's too late to do anything for this season. But for me, guys, I'm done. Sorry. Unless Jason Garrett goes to the Super Bowl, you got to make a change. And I think Jerry Jones is thinking that right now as he's watching his team. When he knows the talent that he has on that team, that for somehow, some way, they just don't seem to get it done. You got to start looking at coaching. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and this is not the kind of video I want to be doing in week 4. But I feel it is necessary because we can't seem to make adjustments at halftime. We can't hold a lead. We can't seem to make plays that are innovative. It seems like we do the same thing over and over. And I'm tired of seeing clapping on the sidelines every time somebody screws up. We deserve better with the people we have on that field. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and I hope you guys have a great night.
What the hell? Die Jobu. Michael, the car right there, the license plate says Die Jobu.
Oh, the license plate.
Well, that's some bad mojo for you, buddy. No, I'm talking about the license plate. What the hell? I've seen it all now. Die Jobu.